Welcome to the studio. Today I'm going to show you how to do a little sketch that celebrates autumn using a felt tip marker and a soft colored pencil. Join me. Just like in a photograph, you want to make a central feature important in your painting or in your drawing. And for me, in this little sketch, it's going to be a barn. So here I am creating a barn in the center of the paper and just a very quick drawing of a little barn, which will be the central focus of my picture. You could do a house, or you could do some other object as the central figure. You could also, for a fall scene, create a pumpkin patch or something like that. But for me, I'm just going to do this little drawing of a barn and take it from there. Now that I've drawn my barn, I'm going to do a little fence in the front, and that's going to lead me into the next portion of my drawing, which is the field. To create perspective, meaning that there's something in the background of my barn, I'm creating fields that are a little bit taller than the structure and will make the picture seem like it's farther away than it actually is. And now I'm going to draw in a little road, which will also bring your eye down the painting closer to the barn. A matter of perspective. And if you wander around the roads and on a nice fall day, you can see a lot of windy roads around farms and houses that are out of the city. Now I'm creating a little bit of a fence. You don't have to be particular about the posts unless you really want to be, but I just like to draw them in and make them kind of look a little bit used, so to speak, older. And then, and as you get closer to you, you make the poles in the fence a little bit more pronounced, larger, because it's getting closer to you. So it creates perspective. And now I'm going to finish these off and place in a bush. So I've got some of my bush in, and now I'm going to do a tree on the other side of the road. It's kind of good to have on opposite sides of your painting or drawing um, things that are similar yet a little different so that it frames your center image, which is our barn. And if you make mistakes, because this didn't work out as well as I'd hoped, don't worry about it. Just incorporate it in. It just makes the drawing or painting look more real. And so I'm going to make the trunk a little bit more thick so that it looks like it could hold the leaves. My main goal when drawing trees is to not have them look like broccoli, because that can happen. It can look like a big head of broccoli, and we don't need that. I'm adding more trees to this area, so it'll be kind of like a grove. And now I'm going to try and put in some bank so that they have somewhere to stand and something heavier to stand on. And you can see there, just a few little lines can make it look really like there's a shadow and give a little bit of roots to your trees. Now I'm going to add some, no land is perfect, so I'm going to add a little bit of image to the land and go back to my trees so that I can make them a little bit thicker. So no autumn painting is done until there might be a pumpkin in it. So I'm adding pumpkins just for a little bit of perspective and a little bit of the harvest feel to it. Um, so here we go, my first pumpkin. And you don't have to make it perfectly round. Um, I never do, because if you look at a pumpkin in a field, they're never completely round. They have, or they're a little bit taller, or they're squat. So you just can make your pumpkin the way you want to make your pumpkin. And when I add color, these will pop from the page. And I'll just make the road a little longer so that it looks like this is a place where you can buy pumpkins. I'm going to freehand draw a sun. So it's not going to be perfectly round. Um, that doesn't really bother me, but if you needed it to be more round, you could use a little cup or the bottom of a bottle or something to make your round sun. Okay, so now we're going to add some color, and I'm going to start with the sun and a nice bright yellow. These are very soft colored pencils, which means that they're easily blendable, and I really like them. And now I'm just going to put in some sky, and it's kind of gray because, let's face it, October is kind of a gray time in the world, which is okay. But you often see like a orangey glow in the morning, which is kind of neat. And I'm still going to do my trees with bright red colors because I love that look at this time of year. But there is still greens around. So when you're doing a fall picture, remember that you'll still see some yellows and greens. Not that dark yellow that is very like dead looking, but you'll see brighter colors at this time of year. And you'll notice that I use the soft color pencil on the side. It blends well, and you can see you don't have to draw in every single leaf when you do it that way. It just becomes kind of a part of the painting or drawing. I'm sorry I keep saying painting, but to me this is painting in a way because you're using color. And see, I have used some green to accentuate the reds and the yellows that are coming up in this painting. And so I've added some color to my pumpkins so that they're nice and bright. And I'm finishing up with my barn, which is a dark maroon color because if you look at barns that are out in the country, they're usually a bright color. I think they used to do that years ago so that people could spot them in storms, but I could be wrong on that. But anyway, they stand out from their houses usually. And so you can see that this is almost finished. I'm going to use a white marker and just add some little white spots to my sky. And just because I like to do that. And when you're doing a painting like this, don't forget to add your name like I am doing now. It's a good way to remember when you did the painting or drawing, and to keep it in your portfolio and make sure it's up to date. And there's the finished product. And here's the final product. It turned out pretty well. Easily done with just a felt tip marker and some soft colored pencils. And you can make a very pretty scene for you to hang in your home, or to give away to a friend, or just to keep in your portfolio. Thank you for watching.